unlock the vault of trading secrets where only the most savvy traders dare to venture. Dive into a world where your trading skills can unlock unlimited potential, turning you from a novice to a market maestro. Welcome to Crypto Cracker Secrets to Trading, where we peel back the layers of the crypto market for you. Make sure to subscribe and follow us to get access to member-exclusive content and rewards. Your journey to mastering crypto trading starts right now.
Good morning. Looks like I got a couple of people watching right now. I can almost bet I know who they are. So today I'm gonna cover a few things today. This is just gonna be sort of a chill space. So if you wanna chat, or ask me questions, go ahead. But I wanna touch base on all the events that happened yesterday with what the government was talking about. I want to cover why the market tanked a few days back, what that means for us in the future. And then I also want to cover Jasmy and where the price is expected to go with Jasmy. So I do think that Jasmy is going to move up just from what I'm seeing. So, but anyway, so I'm just going to jump right in and sort of discuss what I'm seeing here. So back a few days ago when the market, it really took a hit. And so did the altcoins. The altcoins dropped a ton as far as the price. And I just want to sort of show you what happened there with it dropping and what I think is going to happen here with the move up. So you can sort of see, I mean, these big red candles here when it dropped. And then on Bitcoin did the same thing. I mean, it went down, I think it went down to 91,000. You can see this big green candle here. It dropped all the way down here, hit 91,000 and bumped back up. I had talked a little bit about that. But really, what is happening is what we're seeing is the market correction. So, and I want to bring this into perspective here. If you're looking to trade or you're looking to get in or DCA, what can we expect in the future? We have a lot of influencers right now on X that are now spreading FUD that the market is going to tank. Well, why would they do that after we just had the biggest crash in crypto history? I mean, it literally, altcoins dropped by like 50%. Okay, so you got to look at the past to understand where we're at now and where we're going to be in the future. Okay, and I'm going to highlight a couple key things of trends in the past that we're going to see and we are seeing now, so you can get an idea of what's happening and where we're going. I knew it was you. I knew, Kat. I knew you're always the first one to comment on here. So, and I appreciate you for watching. I don't know where you're from. Kat says good afternoon. It's morning for me. So it's 8:50 a.m. I've been up since, I don't know, like 5:30, 6 a.m. So just been looking at the charts to see, what's going on, laying in bed before I got up, drank some coffee. So, but this is what I want to touch base with you. So, what has happened here? If we go back and we look at 2020 in the last altcoin season, we noticed that we had a run up, and this is Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so typically what happens is altcoins have to drop in order for Bitcoin dominance to increase. Okay, so that's all this chart is showing is the dominance in comparison to altcoins. Okay, so oh, you're in Ireland. Oh wow, yeah. So yeah, I don't know what the time difference is there compared to here, but yeah, it's 8:50 a.m. here. So anyway, so this chart is showing the dominance of Bitcoin. And typically what happens is the dominance will peak. When it peaks, which it did back in 2020, right here, okay, it dipped. It took a massive dip. So what happened here was the altcoins took off. okay? And when the altcoins take off, it's odd, but this is just how it works. Dominance drops because no longer is the money in Bitcoin. It's flowing to altcoins. So it flips. It flips. It flips. So what you're going to see here, where's my arrow at? What the heck? Oh, it's down here, I think. Yeah, there it is. So when this happens, what you see here is altcoins go up. So, and you can actually see this on total 3. Total 3 is all of the altcoins, okay? So look at this. So you can see where altcoins, let's go back to Bitcoin D. Oh, this is Bitcoin. I'm on the wrong one. Where am I here? I need to go to back on this chart. There we go. Okay. All right. So here we are. So here it peaked out. This is January 21. So if we look at altcoins, here's January 21, guys. Okay. So look. So this is what happened with altcoins. Okay. January 21. This is where we're at. All right. This is the past. I want to show you this because this is important for you to understand where we're at right now in the market to give you courage, okay, to give you strength knowing where we're about to go, okay? So right here is where we're at, okay? This is altcoins, okay? This is Bitcoin dominance. This is where we're at, okay, back in 21. So what happens here is Bitcoin tops out, okay? Bitcoin tops out. The dominance back here was 74%. There was people calling that it was going 70 to 80 Bitcoin dominance. Well, I'm afraid to tell you that large dip that we seen, this is where it went up, 64%. I don't see it going up any higher. That was it. I think that was it. Because there's so many more altcoins out now, millions more, by the way, compared to here. So you can see, if you're looking at this chart, look at the volatility. A lot more volatility here, okay? This is when the markets were still getting established. Exchanges were still getting founded, right? Altcoins were still growing, but at a very slow pace. Then all of a sudden, you know, we get more global adoption, more altcoins coming out. So there's less volatility, right? Look at how more consistent this is going up compared to here, okay? Compared to here. All right, look at this. So you can see, right, a lot more volatility back in, this was back in 1819, right, than there is here, okay? A lot less, because there's a lot more altcoins out there, all right? So this is where we're at. So look at this. This is where we're at, guys. I'm charting this for you right now. This is where we're at, right here. This was 2020, before all the altcoins took off, okay? This is where we're at. If you're watching on X, okay, there is I want you guys to follow this, because it's important that I can't remember the account here. I think it's one of these whale ones, Whaler, right here, okay? So what this account does, this account shows large transfers coming in and out of wallets, okay? And we're seeing a lot of transfers coming into exchanges, like right here, 1,042 was transferred from Cumberland to Coinbase. This doesn't mean they're going to liquidate right now. They are preparing for the future. Hear me. Listen, pay attention, please pay attention to this. If you're watching, you've got to listen to me. They are preparing for altcoin season. They're preparing for it to go up. Okay. Now, Bitcoin, you got to understand they use this as a tactic as well to produce fear in the market. So you have to read between the lines of this. Okay. So like Bitcoin, ETH, they're transferring all these to Coinbase. Could they liquidate? Yes, they could. But at the same time, they could also be doing this, right, to make you think that they are going to liquidate. That is what I'm calling right now. This is a tactic by the market makers to make people think, oh, I need to get out. I need to sell my I need to sell my Bitcoin. These large wallets are about to liquidate. Okay, but that is not what I believe at all. And you've got to understand is ETH, right, is a key player in transferring from or buying coins, right, in the market. So like if you're going to buy, any of these, you can't see it on my chart here. Let me come over here and show you. Oh, daggone it, that's not what I wanted to do. That's not what I wanted to do. Oh well, okay, you're not going to be able to see it. But well, let me go here. I'll show you here. So if you're looking at all these altcoins, right? So a lot of these they take ETH. They're wrapped in ETH. So ETH is required, right, to swap these tokens. Majority of these tokens. So what are these whales or these market makers going to need to buy and purchase altcoin? ETH. They're going to need ETH. Okay, so that's what we're seeing in a lot of this, and they could be some of these are also transferring, if you're watching, to USDC, right? So what they're doing is they're moving funds into USDC because that's also needed to do what? Purchase altcoins. All right. I'm trying to show you this because this is important for you guys to understand where we're at. All right. So this is where we're at. So if you're looking at the chart here, right? This is before the move up. This is total 3. This is all altcoins, right? So this is where we're at right here. Okay, this is where we're at right here before the move up. All right, if you look at Bitcoin D, this is where we're at. So this is what's going to happen. Okay, this is what's going to happen right here. It just went up. Look at the wick, and it was slamming back down. This is what we're about to see happen, guys. I'm not joking. This is what we're about to see. Okay? Look at this. So this was a correction of, look at that, all the way down to 39%. Okay? I don't think that's going to go down as far. It might go down a little bit more like that just because there's other factors that are playing into this. But this is what we can expect. All right, and if you realize, looking at the altcoin dominance, right? Look at the bottom. Look at this, guys. Came down, tapped it, came down, consolidated a little bit, right? Because money that's entering in altcoins has stayed there, so it sort of made a new lower low. Okay, look at it, made a new lower low. So what do you think is going to happen here? I think it's going to come back down and touch this line right here, 39%. I think it's going to come down and it's going to tap that line. And if it does, which it's already making its move down, what do you think is going to happen here? Altcoins are about to go into altcoin season. Okay? We're literally about to send. Altcoins are literally about to send, guys. I'm not joking. That's literally what we're about to see happen here. That's what is about to happen. Because here's the trillions. Look where we're at, right? We're literally, and I mean, it's hard telling how high this can go because, and I'm about to explain something to you. There's mass adoption is coming, and this is what was important with the markets yesterday, with what the government was announcing, right? Because in order for altcoins to send, we have to sweep the lows. All right. So let me go back to Jasmy here. All right. So let's just take a look at this. All right. So Jasmy moved up. All right. So Jasmy had this move up. Okay. It moved up. And now it's correcting. Okay. Which has to happen. So what happens on all these charts when you get a correction? Okay. There we go. That was Jasmy. This is Cosmos. Okay. Went up. Now it is correcting. Okay. And they're coming down and sweeping these lows, guys. So if you're looking at altcoins, this has to come down. This has to move down. And Bitcoin dominance has to move up. So when they sweep the lows, Bitcoin dominance moves up. This is what we've seen here. If we go back to the chart and look at this, right, back in 2020, we had this parabolic shift, right, that came up. It corrected a little bit, had a dip, which is what Bitcoin did, and then it went back up, right? We had a mini alt season right before the all-time high for Bitcoin back in 21, okay, and then immediately it dipped hard. Bitcoin did, the dominance, and then altcoins took off, and it's because the market makers were literally sweeping the lows after the parabolic move up. This was back in November. So we had a mini altcoin season, okay? Bitcoin lost its dominance, okay? It lost its dominance, all right, right here. It lost its dominance. This was back in December, November. Here it is, correlating to it. So Bitcoin increased its dominance because the market makers were sweeping the lows. The correlation are here. It's here. You can see it. I'm trying to teach you guys this so you can understand what's coming. So now that the lows have been swept, you can see, look right here, bam, it swept the low. This is Cosmos. You go to Jasmy, you'll see the same thing. You'll see the same thing. It came down. It swept the low right here. It made a new higher high right here. Okay. Is it possible it comes down and breaks that and sweeps this low? It is. It's possible. I don't see that happening though. I don't see that happening. And if it does, it's not that much of a correction, guys. If this does happen, there's no need to fear here. There's not that much of a drop that you haven't already experienced a big drop. I would just DCA if it does come down and breaks this, I'd just DCA at this line. Okay? That's what I would do personally. All right, before we send. But right now, this is where we're at. This is what's going to happen. Bitcoin dominance is going to drop because altcoins are about to send. All right. Now, when the market makers sold, we had the biggest crash in the crypto history a few days back. Okay. I mean, all the cryptos, some were down over 50%. Majorly down. And it's because all the lows were being swept. But when that happens and the lows are swept, what happens we have to move up. A new lower low is established, and then the next move is a new higher low is then established. Okay? So that's what we're watching for right now on a lot of these charts, is these new higher lows and these bullish divergences, which is what we're now seeing. We're now seeing some divergences, right? See this yellow line? It's flat here, but the inflow and outflow is at an angle here. So the outflow is not as much as the inflow, but the chart is showing there's still more outflow, which is it's called capitulation is what it's called. It's where people are selling in fear. They shouldn't be selling. They should just be holding. So you're getting a lot of these shorts and longs liquidated. They're getting liquidated. They're liquidating themselves they're selling. Okay. So it's really their own fault they're getting liquidated. If they hold and just continue to DCA, that's honestly the best decision to make before we send. Right now is the time to DCA. Right now is the time to enter into the market. We're near the bottoms. And you would think, right, with all of the market news, that it would go parabolic, right? I warned everybody about this. That one, you shouldn't be investing. I sent this out a few weeks. You should wait because the lows weren't swept yet, right? And two, that all of the news being released is already been accounted. All of the increase has already been accounted for. That's what this is right here, this increase. Everybody knew Trump was getting elected. Everybody knew that before Trump got elected that he was pro-crypto. He was wanting to put pro-crypto people in place. And that's why we seen a mini altcoin season. Okay, but that was not the bull run. Not the bull run. Okay, so what we're watching for now is we're watching Bitcoin. Okay, we're watching to see what Bitcoin does, which I believe it's either one about to tank, or two, it's going to move sideways and altcoins are about to go parabolic. And if Bitcoin doesn't drop but altcoins increase, we're still going to get this big arrow moving down. But you may get some correction area with Bitcoin, people flowing from Bitcoin into altcoin. That's very, very possible. So be very careful, right? I'm just warning you, okay? But all of the news that was released yesterday with I paid attention to everything that was being discussed about. So they did mention when David Sachs was talking yesterday in the meeting, the first thing they were going to do was look at a Bitcoin strategic reserve. But they haven't got all the, like JFK hasn't been confirmed, Tulsa hasn't been confirmed. There's other confirmations that they're waiting on before they discuss all of these things, okay? So, and they also mentioned that the other fund, the sovereign fund, could also be used to acquire Bitcoin and ETH. So not only can they create a Bitcoin strategic reserve, but they could also utilize that and the sovereign fund. Now, there was other announcements yesterday that's important, okay? And so I suggest you to follow Cynthia Lummis, okay? She was confirmed in as someone that Trump had selected to lead the banking industry and digital asset industry. Well, they proposed the Genius Act. It defines a payment, a stablecoin, as a digital asset used for payment or settlement that's pegged to a fixed monetary value. It defines, okay? It didn't say they're creating a central banking digital currency. They did not say that. Trump is opposed to doing that, he said. But they are defining it. Why is this important in this bull run that we're about to experience? Very, very important, guys. I mean, I'm the bullish I've ever been, and everyone should be. But the fact is, everyone is spreading FUD on the market because they're wanting to get the market makers drop the market 50% to liquidate people, and they're trying to get the market to push down in fear so they can get back in. They can get their positions back in they're doing everything they can to push you out to get better entries. Okay? So, because they know what's coming. They know what's coming in the market. All right? So, the Genius Act defines capitalized payment stablecoins, okay, as a digital asset used for payment or settlement that's pegged to a fixed monetary. We've already got stablecoins, okay? But they're defining it for one purpose. Institutions, right here. Who do you think they're talking about? Charters and licenses. Banks. Banks. Okay, so, for example, I'm going to use Fifth Third Bank. All right? Fifth Third Bank does not have a digital currency. The Genius Act is defining that the institutions can create a banking currency that is attached to your bank account. Why is this important? Because it helps to facilitate cryptocurrencies that you can trade with your banking industry. For example, if I go into Fifth Third and I need to make a monetary deposit, dollars, right? I need to go deposit $100. I can literally deposit it into the digital currency and turn around and use that digital currency and buy whatever coin I want. And the bank, right, is holding the funds, because what's happening is the money is shifting out of the banks into these exchanges, right? But see, the U.S. wants to make the crypto the capital of the world. The only way they see that this will work, right, is to allow these banks to create their own digital currency that we can facilitate our transactions on the blockchain with. It's the only way that this works, okay? That's why it's important that this Genius Act defines the payment of stablecoins as a digital asset. So institutions seeking charge, these are banks, guys, and licenses to issue stablecoins. This has to happen for global adoption. It's extremely important. I talked to some family members. I talked to some people and friends, right? The only reason that they're not entering into crypto, one, they don't understand it. That's probably the biggest, okay? But the second is that they're afraid of what happens with their money. The banks, there's no clarity around it. They don't know how to, right? So now they can go to the bank and say, hey, I want to buy some crypto and diversify my portfolio, right? You've got investment bankers, right, that have these Class 6 licenses. I used to work at a bank, by the way. I was a branch manager at a bank. I understand how this all works. Okay, I know the ins and outs. All right, they have to have these certain licenses, right? It says it down here in this, right here. Okay, and that's what they're defining right now in this act, this bill that's going to land on Trump's desk. That's going to be signed. Okay, so that way they can turn around and diversify people's portfolio with crypto. What does that mean for a retail trader? That means you can expect Bitcoin to go up, Ethereum to go up, solid altcoins that have real utility to go up, okay, and more money flowing into the market, okay, into the crypto market, which is a win, 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 win. You're still going to have decentralization, okay? You're still going to be able to make those transactions. You don't have to worry about that. If you don't have to utilize the bank still, okay? You're not going to be required to do that. But it's still good. It's still good for a retail trader to invest right now at the low, because this is what's coming. Global adoption is coming. Let me show you. So everybody knows who Coinbase is, okay? Let me just reaffirm some things on global adoption. Coinbase, all right? So Coinbase is one of the biggest exchanges in the United States right now, okay? And so what they're doing, Coinbase is establishing exchanges, and they're applying for licenses in other countries. How will this affect your portfolio? Well, it affects it greatly. Global adoption, it affects it greatly, because Coinbase, which was already in the United Kingdom, right? They did not have the proper VASP. It's called VASP registration. It's the UK. It's issued by the UK by the Financial Conduct Authority, okay? They didn't have this license before. What does this mean for the UK? That banks in the UK, right, can partner with Coinbase, okay, to purchase Bitcoin, ETH, and altcoins. Bullish. Come on. I mean, so this is where global adoption is headed, guys. And it's extremely important that you're paying attention. I'm trying to help you guys as much as I can. If you don't listen to me, I can't help it. That you are entitled to your own decisions and your own opinions, okay? And I will never argue with you over those, okay? But at the same time, I truly, genuinely care about those that follow me, okay? And that's why I'm showing you this. I want you to form your own opinion on what I'm giving you, and I'm trying to help you guys form your own opinion based off the facts that I'm giving you, okay? I'm not just going to tell you, go invest in this, without providing a roadmap, without providing information that backs that roadmap. Because I am a fact analytical type guy. That's who I am, 100%. I do not like making any decisions based off emotion. So, okay, now, so since I showed you this, global adoption is coming. We can see it coming. We see what Senator Cynthia Lummis is doing. And let's just move down here. She also said this, okay? Creating a bipartisan regulatory framework for stablecoins is critical to maintaining the U.S. dollar dominant. The U.S. wants to keep the money in the U.S., okay? Goes back to Coinbase, right? Coinbase was founded in the U.S. They're going over to the U.K. They're taking the funds from the U.K., right? But it's also helping Coinbase to build up America. So this is just bigger. This is bigger than what you guys truly understand, okay? It's huge. We also have a lot of states that are issuing, guess what? A strategic Bitcoin reserve bill. This also plays into everything that we see taking place, okay? They've now got the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission. They've got this on their website. You can read about this right now. You can request a meeting if you want to report anyone that's, doing shady stuff. So this is more clarity, more regulation to help prevent the retail traders from being taken advantage of. Okay, I mean there's a lot that's moving forward with what's happening. All right, and it's all It's all good news. So, I mean, again, did you just hear what she said? I don't know if you guys can hear this video or not. So this is Cynthia Lummis, okay, saying that there is money sitting on the side right now that could be utilized for the Bitcoin reserve. Okay, listen to this. They don't have to spend any money or new dollars. They have reserves at their 12 Federal Reserve banks, including gold certificates from the 1970s that they have not sold. If they sold those, they can turn around and use that. Okay, you can't hear the video? Well, I'm telling you now. That's why I'm telling you now. They can turn around and use those gold certificates from the 1970s, right, to buy Bitcoin or ETH, whatever they want to use it for. Okay, so this is where it's heading. You can see all of this on. I'm showing you my profile, guys. Go watch. You can go watch this video. Scroll down, watch the video, listen to what's being said. Okay, so that's why I'm sharing all of this, because it's important for you guys to be in the know on this stuff, so you know what to expect in the future. What is taking place? What is happening? Okay, and it's just incredibly bullish news, but it correlates to why the market dropped as well, because we had to see the market drop from the market makers to sweep those lows. Okay, we had to see Bitcoin dominance increase and go up, right? Because that's what happened in 2020. We had to see that happen before the altcoin season. Now we're about to see Bitcoin dominance drop because altcoins are about to go parabolic. They've now been swept. All the lows have been swept. So what's next? We move up. You see all this money flowing in from the well alert that I just showed you on my profile. That all these big, large transfers are now taking place. They are preparing, right, to sell, and they're preparing to buy, right, because money is flowing into Tether, money is flowing into USD, right. That is it. They're preparing to buy in, right. They're watching for the indicators for at the lows for confirmations to bam enter in. So you're literally about to see everything take place. They're doing the last ditch effort. They're paying influencers on X to spread FUD. Bitcoin's gonna go down lower. Ethereum's gonna go down lower, right? To make sure the bottom is in, guys. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing. They know what they're doing because they did it back in 2020, 2021. I was here for it. I was a victim of that. Not this time. I am not a victim. I'm not this. I see you. I see what you're doing. I'm gonna call you out on that. That's why I made those posts. Okay, if you see these influencers, they're doing it. They're being paid, guys. They are 100% being paid. Okay, and you know what's funny is, yeah, I might have shilled Jasmine there for a while. I was never paid for it. I never got one offer. Nobody ever said anything to it. But the minute I stop, I get so many messages from influencers saying, I liked how you were before. And then I ask them the question, well, how was I before? What do you not like? Then nothing. They don't say nothing because I know what they're asking. I'm not stupid. And I'm not buying into their agenda anymore. I'm going to call them out for that bullcrap because they're taking advantage of people and their emotions. That's why Not of Works is here to try to help you with the system to remove the emotion. That's why I'm here now, right? To provide clarity. I've always been here for that, but I was also blinded a little bit. So go look at all of these things. So here's the other thing on this post here, okay? This guy on the right, all right, standing next to Trump, okay? This is CEO Cantor Fitzgerald, all right? So Cantor Fitzgerald is the U.S. Secretary of Commerce now, all right? So a couple things about him. He owns hundreds of millions of Bitcoin, okay? And Bitcoin, of course, they're saying is going to billions. He owns a 5% stake in Tether, and he manages the treasury assets of Tether. Okay? He is launching a $2 billion Bitcoin financing lending business. Okay? Which, if you didn't know, Coinbase You can now borrow against Bitcoin. I think they loan up to $10,000. So let's say you have $100,000 in your account of Bitcoin. You can borrow against that now, and Coinbase will give you 10,000. They'll just give it to you. They'll approve it, and then you can go put that 10,000 wherever you want. And then here you see this guy also doing the same thing. He said, "We will build the best platform for financing Bitcoin." Where do you think we're headed, guys? I'm showing you all of this. I'm showing you all the expansion of Coinbase overseas, the laws, the regulation clarity that's coming, right? Cynthia Lummis that's heading this up, of the banking digital currency asset team. I mean, where do you think all of this is going, right? So global adoption, guys. This is regulatory has to take place, or the government can't step in. It can't step in. It can't help. It can't help. Yeah, leverage trading. Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. Yeah, leverage trading does manipulate the market. I will agree, and I would not say that it's manipulation. As far as leverage trading, those that are manipulating, I would say they put a leverage trade in, and then they literally sell, these market makers, right, to put it. So let's say they're putting a leverage trade in a 10x, that the coin is at 3 cents and they're expecting it to go to 10 cents, right, and they put a 10x in. And these market makers, okay, it needs to go down to this price on this date. On that date, on that time, they liquidate, 1 billion coins. They push it down, right? So they're making money off the sell, and then they're making money off that 10x from the leverage trade. That is manipulation, and they are doing that 100%. That is going to get stopped. They've already said that in some of these. That is being investigated. They are going to stop that across the board. Okay, so if the market makers are doing that, it's going to be smashed out. It's going to be smashed out, and they are going to be. I don't know if they'll get in trouble, right? Because there's really no clarity around crypto right now. But when they issue that clarity out and they do it, they will get in trouble. So, which is it's just a good direction we're going in, guys. It's a good direction that we're going in. So have faith and trust in what's taking place. Trump truly cares about crypto. He truly cares about the retail traders, right? And you'll say, he just launched a meme coin and dumped it on his investors, right? Dude, it's a meme coin, guys. What do you expect? It's a meme coin. They're all pumping dumps. Every single one of them. Well, I can't say that. There is some meme coins that actually have real utility, okay? So I'll take that back a little bit. But majority of them are pumping dumps. 95% of them are pumping dumps, okay? So just be careful. Be careful, all right? So do you think when it gets smashed out, the market will really, right now is the time to invest. The market it's going to start going up. Altcoins are going to start going up. Bitcoin dominance is going to start decreasing. I don't know if you were here for when I was explaining this, okay? But Bitcoin dominance, if you're looking at the chart now, Andrew, this is 2020, okay? This is what happened with 2020. There wasn't as nearly as many altcoins then, so we had more volatility, okay? So Bitcoin dominance moved up, okay, as altcoins was leveling out, all right? And then when Bitcoin topped out at 73%, it went down. And when it went down, altcoins moved up. This is what total 3 is, okay? So here's altcoins moving up, okay? Dominance, altcoin dominance going up, and Bitcoin dominance going down, okay? This is where we're at. Bitcoin dominance just moved up to 64%, okay? Altcoins went down right here, okay? So altcoins have to drop in order for Bitcoin dominance to move up. So what's next? Bitcoin dominance is going to move down because altcoins are about to send. Okay, I hope that makes sense. And they have to sweep the market makers have to sweep the lows. Okay, they have to sweep the lows in order to send altcoins. So when these big sells come in, these big drops, you lose dominance in trade 3 because altcoins are selling, and Bitcoin dominance moves up. So Bitcoin dominance moved up because these market makers literally just swept the lows, okay? They just swept the lows. I hope that makes sense. All right, so that's where we're at right now with where it's going, and you can see it. And there's not nearly as much. This is back in 2022. This is where we're at now. It's a lot more stable because there's a lot more altcoins in the market right now that's soaking up the market share. Okay, so that's why there was more instability back here. There wasn't as nearly as many altcoins. That's why altcoins back in 18, 19, going into 20, right? Some of those, man, I mean, some of those went up 30% in a day. That's because there was not nearly as many altcoins to invest in. So there was a lot more volatility then. That's why you're not seeing an increase today in altcoin. I mean, 15% for an altcoin to go up in a day is a lot. I'm just going to be honest. It's a lot. It's a lot. And those that go up like 30, 40%, those are altcoins that are new in the market. Those are altcoins that are new in the market, and because they have a very low market cap, right? And when people buy, a smaller amount makes the coin go up much higher. Now, the coins that are in the market now, right? Like we're looking at, let's look at. I'll pull up. Let's pull up Filecoin. Actually, we can pull up Cosmos. So what you're looking at now is Cosmos. Goes by the ticker Atom. The increases are much smaller now, okay? Because there's a lot more coins in circulation. That means it takes more money. It takes more money to get a parabolic move up than it did back in 21. See this move up, right? That was a tiny move up, but look at this move up, okay? And look at this move up, okay? So it takes a lot more now in order to get that to happen. So this was the first move up, okay? And so we're sort of expecting this to move up again. I don't know if it's actually going to go up and tap this Cosmos. It might not. It's going to take more money now for this to go up and break this all-time high than it did back here. Because back here, not nearly as many coins were in circulation. That means less money makes it go up higher, okay? Where here, there's more coins in circulation. It takes more money to get it to move up higher. So that's why a lot of people are saying this altcoin season is different, right? And they're saying, and they don't understand that. They don't understand that concept of market cap. They don't understand how that works. They don't understand how circulation of coins works in the market. If you understand that, then you can identify these coins like Ondo, right, or XCN that's had these parabolic shifts, right, here lately. That's really moved up quite a bit here lately. It's because their market cap is much smaller. So when money comes in, less money comes in, it moves up much more, okay, because of the market cap and the circulating supply. All right, so that's why Ondo, same thing. Look at this big move up. It's because there's not nearly as many coins in market cap that's out there circulating. So when people buy, it reduces that supply that's available substantially, which gives you these big green candles. But as Ondo issues out its circulating supply, and I'm just showing you this, all right, so you can sort of get an idea. Let's see where it's at right now. So their circulating supply is 3.15, but it does not, right, total supply is 10 billion. It doesn't give a max supply because CoinMarketCap has not verified it. If CoinMarketCap verifies this, then they will tell you what that is. So let's just look at Jasmy on this real quick, and I can sort of help you understand a little bit more with this. So if we look at all, right, look at this big increase up $5. People say, oh, it was up at $5. Well, that's because back then, right, the supply, the circulating supply was like 10 billion, 5 billion. So they issued out like 5 billion coins for people to purchase. Okay. So look at the volume. 566,000 moved up, or 400,000 moved the coin up to $5. But now you see today, right here, 75 million barely moves it up. That is because of circulating supply that's been issued out in the market. So I hope that helps you make sense of it, okay? It takes much more money now to move Jasmy than it did when it first was issued out. So that's what you're seeing, all right? So Jasmy, where Where is Jasmine? I actually haven't had a chance to even talk about Jasmine yet. But this is where we're at, and I do believe if you look at the chart here, we are seeing the bottom. Okay, so look at this. It's bouncing off this bottom, and these two have went up a little bit higher. They haven't came down as much. So if you really want to get technical with it, it's sort of moving up a little bit, very little. But I believe that this is about to go up, and what we're waiting on is some confirmations with the charts. The Bollinger Band is not tightening up yet, so that's one indicator I use. The we're still seeing the 50 EMA come down. It tapped off of it several times. We are going to test this as resistance. I believe the next time that we hit the 50 EMA on Jasmine, we're going to break through it. Is what I'm expecting to happen. So what I'm seeing here is, because we tested it 3 times and it moved up each time a little bit, I'm expecting us to come back up, break through it, and then come back down and test it. We might break back down below it a little bit, but I do believe it will go back above and stay above the 50 EMA. And then at that point, you're going to see us stay above the 200 EMA. Okay, you're going to see the cross of the 50, right? The 50 actually might not even come down and do a crossover, but I still expect it to. I still expect this to come down. So we may be waiting a little bit longer for Jasmine to consolidate, and then this to cross over, and then see a shift up. So you could see it come down, the 50 EMA go below the 200 EMA, some buy pressure come in, move back above the 50 EMA, test it as resistance, and then send. Okay, so that is what I'm expecting. But we are right now at the lows, guys. We are right now at the lows. Now's the time to enter. Now's the time to DCA. Now's the time to place your trades and plan it ahead, because we're seeing the market. We're seeing what's happening with the government. We're seeing what they're getting in place. Okay, more bullish news is about to come out. We're seeing these large wallets transferring into these exchanges, preparing, right, to buy altcoins. We're seeing the influencers spread a little bit more fear in the market, and we are seeing capitalization in the market right now, because we're seeing right here divergence, right? So what this is, people are selling out of fear, right? That's what this is. They're selling out of fear because it's still coming down lower, but it's not actually correlating. So they're selling at a loss here. This is selling at a loss. So these people are selling at a loss, right? So that's why we're about to send. We're seeing this capitalization. So we're literally about to see this just start to reverse, and that's a bullish divergence. Okay, and you can see here the selling pressure, right, is going down. So we're going to see this selling pressure out. This as the selling pressure moves down, it's another sign to get in. Okay, and that's what we're looking for. See down here the selling pressure. So it made this new low. You can see there's the 50 EMA. Here's the 200, right? So it went up. The 200 came up, right? It did that death cross. That may or may not happen here, guys, because what you've got to understand is look at this shift up here. Okay, we've been averaging for so long on the 200 that it did not move up very much here with this move. Okay, it just sort of balanced out a little bit. So it may not even cross. It may come close, but we may not get this signal. We may not get this signal. Okay, this is a signal, a good signal here, right, to enter in. So, and you can see, the lows. He was sweeping these lows. The market maker, right, that was getting in here was coming down and sweeping this swing fell pattern, right, and it went up, came down. He swept it again here, and then it sent. Okay, and then it sent. And you can see that we tested it. It came up. We tested it, right? That's sort of what just happened here, right? We came up. We tested it. It rejected it. Okay, so it rejected it, and then it came up, bounced off once, bam, it went above. Now that's what I'm thinking is going to happen here, guys. I think we're going to go up as this comes down. We're going to break above it, or we could test it one time, come down, then go above it. This is what we're watching for. So this is just signs of what's taking place. So you can see the sell pressure here, right? It's starting to decrease, which is a good signal that this is consolidation, right? So this is where we're at here. Consolidation is now starting to take place because we see the volume decreasing. We see a bullish divergence showing up, right? So that's what we're seeing here. You can see the divergence here, right? You can see a divergence here, right? People selling in fear, a few more people selling in fear here. So right there it is. And then it sends. It goes up above, and look, goes up above and holds the 50 EMA as resistance. That's a bullish sign to enter in for anyone that's trying to mitigate risk of entry. So if you are watching as this plays out and this 50 EMA comes down, if we go above it and it comes back to test it, if we hold it, it's very possible we send. Okay? Very possible we send. That timeline, nobody knows. Nobody knows. The market maker could sweep this low again. He could come down and literally just sweep it. You could come down and sweep this, right? And make another sweep, right? Come back, make one last sweep, right? Because it sweeps this. And then, bam, we break above the 50 EMA. This is a very real possibility right here that this is what happens. Okay? So, we're not going down much more. I don't believe we're going down much more on Jasmine. I believe we are ready. We are ready. And the entire market is showing the exact same thing. Okay? It's showing see, look at this. You can know it's market makers when they're doing the exact same thing. See? So it's very possible, this is Filecoin, that, this happens. He comes back down, does this, sweeps it, sweeps this last one last time. By that time, the 50 EMA is going to cross over. It's going to go above the 50 EMA, and we are going to send. And then that's your altcoin season. All right? So when that happens, March, April, could be June, it's going to be when the market is quiet. The whole market will be quiet. No one will be saying anything about altcoin season. Everyone's going to forget. Everything's going to settle down. Bam! All of a sudden, everything's going to go nuts. And everybody's going to be like, oh, crap, I need to jump in. It's too late. You're jumping in above the market makers. That's why you've got to get in now. That's why you got to do it now. DCA now. Whatever you're in, DCA now. DCA now. This is your time. This is your time. I'm telling you, this is your time. Our time. Our time is now. This is our time. Okay? So, but yeah. Now, I know this has been a long video, guys. I've just been sitting here, trying to show you. But if you guys have any questions, just let me know. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. I appreciate all of you guys supporting me and providing some data, providing this information, and you guys taking the time to watch it. So I want to try to make shorter videos for you, but when there's a lot of information to cover, I have to come out with these videos because I feel like you guys deserve it. Okay, you guys deserve me putting this work in to hear this. Okay, to help you guys make better decisions. That's why I do this. I don't make no money. I'm not paid. Right? I'm passionate about this. This is I love doing this. I love doing this for you guys. I love doing it for myself. I don't know. That's just what I like doing. Even if you guys ain't watching, if I'm not getting no viewers, I don't care. I'm still gonna do it. I'm still gonna do it because I don't know. I just enjoy it. It's just something that I'm passionate about and I find fun. So, but yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. If you guys make sure to go back, review the video. There's a lot of good material and content if you're joining in late that I covered as far as altcoin season, as far as what to expect with Bitcoin dominance with Bitcoin. I provided in the charts. I show you in the charts exactly how it's playing out, where we're at in that cycle. I show you the news that was released from yesterday as far as the government, what they issued out, how bullish this is. I provide the data and the analysis and the feedback and tangible evidence of everything I've discussed from the beginning of this video to where we're at now. So make sure you go back and you watch this. If you don't watch, just listen. Right? Throw it on your phone and listen. Throw some earbuds in and listen. I promise you, this video is very, very informative, and it's going to help you guys a lot. Okay, it's going to help you guys to understand. But have courage, have faith. We're in a good place right now. We're in a very, very good place. The market is in a good place right now. Okay, so and just don't fear. Don't listen to the influencers. Don't listen to them. Okay, don't listen to the fear that they're spreading. We're in a good spot. We're in a good spot to DCA and enter in. All right. So once we start moving up, I'll make videos as far as profit taking. You know how you should be navigating that in steps, right, to help maximize your the money that you're going to make when we do move up with altcoins. But if you have questions, if there's anything you guys don't understand that you need clarity on, please ask. Message me. Okay, you can message me now. Okay, comment. Okay, and I will respond, and I will come out with a video. I've done it. I've made specific videos for certain people that's requested it. So I will do that. All right. So, but that's all I got for today, guys. I really appreciate you all watching and taking the time out of your day to hear me talk. So even if I'm not very, pleasurable to watch or listen to, I try to make it the best I can. So, but I hope you guys enjoy your day and have successful trades, and that this information will help you make better decisions. So, but thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate all of you guys very much.